What's up, everyone? Jeremy here from MTGHeadquarters.com, going through my Mono Redburn Modern deck. Very simple deck, but all it does is win. I mean, it just wins, and it's extremely affordable to build. Here's what we've got. We've got 19 total lands, 18 of which are just basic mountains. And we've got one Keldon Megalith. Now, I've considered maybe like fetch lands, but I mean, running only 19 lands. I mean, you just run thin lands. You don't have to worry about thinning out your deck. The most expensive part, I think, of this deck is currently Goblin Guide with 4. But it is very, very good. I mean, it's just extremely important to this deck. Then you've got 4 Lava Spike, 4 Lightning Bolt, 2 Shard Volley, just fine, definitely a fine card, 3 Incinerate. We've got 4 Keldon Marauders. Now this deck, or this card, is kind of, how do I say, like, this one's on the fringe. This is something I'm looking to replace with something better. But here's how it gets played. Basically, you pay 2, and you deal 1 damage to them, right? So no matter what, you're getting 2 damage for 2. In most cases, you're getting 2 damage for 2 mana. In some cases, you're also attacking a couple of times. Now it's got Vanishing 2, meaning it comes with 2 time counters, and at each upkeep you remove a time counter. So after 2 upkeeps, it just disappears. On its way out, it deals another damage to them, though. So oftentimes you'll cast it for 2, hit them for 1, attack for 3. Maybe you get through twice. You end up doing 8 damage with this card. So it's extremely powerful on an open board. If they have something to block it with, it's much less powerful. For Magma Jet, obviously this card is extremely important. 2 for 2, 2 damage for 2 mana, but also more importantly, you can scry 2, which you absolutely need to set up your draws in this deck. You're very often not going to start out with enough damage to just win the game in your hand, right? So you need to make sure that you draw extremely well. And against a lot of decks like Tron, for example, things like that, you really can't afford to wait around too long. You've got 4 Skullcrack, very good, 3 damage for 2 mana. It's seen center play, it's seen modern play, but also it can prevent life gain in some cases. There are some life gain decks out there. Then you've got 4 Searing Blaze, which is great. You want to use it when you have landfall, obviously. But, you know, you just plan it. Then you've got 3 Flames of the Blood Hand. Very good card. 4 damage for 3 mana. And that damage cannot be prevented. If the player would gain life this turn, they gain no life instead. So it prevents lifelink and deals 4 damage. Very, very good. Instant speed. Extremely versatile card. And that's why there's 4 of them. And then 4 Rift Bolt. So casting the Suspended early is great. Top decking it for the final 3 is also great. As with any burn deck, your strategy here is to face them. Now, every spell you cast, you're going to want to aim at their face. With some rare exceptions, if it's something that is gaining them life, I like to remove that, right? Because if they're gaining 2 life every turn, and you're only doing 3 damage, you're better off just killing that thing, in my opinion. In ways, it's a race against time with this kind of build. The sideboard is pretty boilerplate again, with 4 Molten Rains. This card is great. Destroy target land. If that land was non-basic, it also deals 2 damage to that land's controller. So for those decks that rely on a lot of utility lands or things like that, it's a super fun. And then obviously we've Smash the Smithereens for 2 mana. Destroy target artifact. Smash the Smithereens deals 3 damage to artifact's controller. Very, very good. Then we've got 4 Torpor Orb. This is a boilerplate sideboard tech here, but entering the battlefield, creatures entering the battlefield do not cause abilities to trigger, so you have that to prevent issues there. And then 3 Dragon Claw. whenever a player casts a red spell, you may gain 1 life. You may gain 1 life. So this is great. Extremely good in the in a mirror match type event, and a few other spot scenarios. I mean, there's not a lot of complexity to a burn deck, but I think mono red burn is a great way to get into the modern format. What I used it as was a way to just see how opponent decks work, because there's not a lot of interaction here, right? I mean, you're just casting your spells and you hope to just pull more spells off the top of your deck, and you just keep burning them and burning them and burning them and burning them. Eventually they're dead. That's how you win with this deck. But it's also a great way, if you're getting into Modern, to not spend a ton of money and see what's out there, right? So when I started getting into Modern, I built 3 decks. Aura Hexproof was the first one. Decided I didn't love that deck, so I went to Infect. Loved that deck. Then Mono Red Burn. To see more decks, right? Because if you're like me, you see a deck that you're like, wow, that looks fun, or I think I could really do something with that deck. But until you're playing these people, you don't get a lot of good deck ideas. So I find that actually playing in the events, the dailies, even if I get smashed, is a great way for me to get new deck ideas, to see what the meta's like. And I think Mono Red Burn is a great way, a very affordable way to get in there and have some fun. So this has been my Mono Red Modern Burn deck tech. If you guys have any questions, or you run Mono Red Burn in Modern and you maybe run something a little different, I'd love to hear it in the comment section down below. I hope you guys are enjoying these deck techs. As always, if you want to see some gameplay, make sure you follow me on Twitch. It's free, twitch.tv/MTG Headquarters. I play Constructed every Thursday night starting at 7 p.m. Central. I also stream on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Central. So hopefully I'll see you guys there soon, and we'll talk to you again real soon. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you haven't already, check out some of our most popular playlists, from MTG vlogs, sick gameplay videos, new product breaks, and some insane vintage openings. I upload 3 to 4 new Magic the Gathering videos every week, so if you haven't already, please take a moment to crush that subscribe button to join one of the fastest growing Magic the Gathering channels on YouTube. Talk to you later.